My guest tonight has the quality of which a screen goddess is made. Bewitching, wild, vulnerable, intense. I'm delighted to have a rendezvous with the Kanchi from Nepal, the beautiful Manisha Koirala.
Just let your thoughts, your dreams unfold. Let's talk of love, of tales untold. Speak so I can see your soul.
Manisha, I've really been looking forward so much to meeting you. Thank you so much for coming.
Welcome, it's been my pleasure too.
You know, when I knew you were coming, I asked a lot of people. I said, you know, what do you want to know about Manisha? What shall I ask her? And you know what the guy said? They said, ask her phone number, ask her for a date, ask her to marry me. So you're really a fantasy figure for this generation, aren't you?
I'm really glad. I didn't know about this, but...
You know, I find you quite different to the young stars of today, both in your screen presence, which I find has a classic quality to it.
Okay, yeah.
And also in your approach to life. I mean, there are no airs, no facades, no defenses. How do you stay so normal?
I want to be normal. I want to safeguard myself, you know. I want to be as real as possible. So once my makeup is off, I want to be myself.
Yes.
You see, it's very important for me to go back to my own little clumsy, little just chilled out life, which is very relaxing, you know. But I'm working from 9 in the morning till 9 in the night, you know, almost 12 to 13 hours a day, every day.
But you still manage to keep maybe 10% away?
Yes, of course. Definitely, yeah. And that 10% is really important for me.
It's a survival, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Subhash Ghai said that when you first came to the film industry, you were an innocent girl who believed that the film industry was a place of happiness. Is that what you still believe in now,
Yes.
7 years later?
100%, I do believe in it. It's a profession which gives a lot, and I don't like people who ridicule us by calling us filmy or anything, but you know, I really respect this field. And yes, there are negative people. Yes, there are people whom you can't tolerate to talk to for more than 2 minutes, or you know. But you can just tackle them nicely and be happy.
Has there been any disillusionment?
Not really. Experiences have matured me, and a lot of awareness have come to me. And there are disappointments in life, but you don't have to carry them around. You know, you have to have short memory and just forget it.
But what was the hardest part? To get the right roles? Or was it dealing with colleagues and the media?
I guess dealing with media is much more, it requires a lot more from you, and it is, why is it being written about, why what's the person got against me, why they're taking it so negatively when I said something else, why isn't it printed as something else, and it takes a toll sometimes.
You've had flops and hits.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you find that in the industry people changed their attitude to you accordingly?
Yeah, to an extent, yes, yeah, but more than hits and flop, what has really affected is the quality of films that I've done. And now today I get a lot more affection and acknowledgement than I did before.
You're also one of the few women who have held their own, you know, who've rebelled against dictates. Is this, would you say, a characteristic of the Koirala women?
I guess so, we can say that.
Tell me about them.
Actually, I studied in Banaras, and I used to have this, in my colony, this friend whose mother used to all the time crib about the way my aunt used to dress up, you know. And she's like, "Bahu hai ke ho ke short pant panti hai and pant panti hai, tumhare ghar mein kuch bolte nahi hai." So I was a kid, and I used to wonder, you know, everybody is like in a dupatta and pallu and things like that. Yeah, gungat. I asked my granny, so don't you mind your bahus are, you know, like roaming around in pants and all? She said she used to like was trained by my great grandfather to do horse riding, to do classical dance, to pursue her classical dance interest, and to go to other people's house and tell people to educate their daughters. So that was her explanation to me. I said, don't talk about clothing.
Has your mother encouraged you to be yourself, to be the kind of person? She's the one.
Definitely. She always tells me I should do what I want to do when, what I feel is right, and just listen to my consciousness and just pursue what your heart says. She's a great influence on me.
Do you find the industry has a set image of an actress?
They have the set image of an actress that she has to have no private life whatsoever, and has to be at the beck and call of director or the producer. Absolutely perfect virginal image, which is all right to follow, but I think rather than concentrating and keeping up with the image, one should concentrate on acting. I would rather concentrate and give my energy into work than keeping up a facade.
Do you represent the new young liberated woman? I would say you're a young woman of the 90s.
Correct, yeah.
I ask you, are the men in our industry also in the 90s?
Yeah, few of them, yes. Few of them, yes. In fact.
And most of them?
Not really, but it's really sad, I mean, we have actors who are grandfathers and who are still as a hero, but the moment an actress gets married, she's tabooed from acting, and the age gap is there. Why? When you have 40-year-old or 50-year-old as a hero, why doesn't, okay, fine, I mean, at 40 plus, I mean, I think a lot of restrictions are there in our industry, but with time I feel people will start fighting it,
But don't you also see that a lot of women are depicted as sex objects in our films? As just an object of male desire, nothing else.
It's a great thing to be desired, but yes, if they limit you only to that, then it's a sad thing, but it's up to women too. I mean, to get up and show, okay, fine, I can act, I can do. You concentrate on me in my talent or in my work, and don't look at me, myself or just my body, You have to be clever enough to deal with the situation and change the attention from one thing to another. One has to be really sharp. Because how I managed to do it, otherwise I managed to do it. I mean, people just don't get up and say you're just beautiful. They say, yeah, you act well too. So,
what about the women? Can there be real friendship between actresses?
I wonder why they aren't. I mean, I don't know how far the actors are also real friends, but I see them.
They hang out together.
Together and gelling out. More comfortable they are with each other than actresses are. And I don't understand this high level of insecurities or competition, as they might put it. It's not competition, I think it's just insecurity.
Insecurities.
Yeah.
Is it because the shelf life of an actress is much shorter?
That too, yes.
She has to pack in a lot more in a limited time.
That's right, that's right.
You think
The
that
pressure.
makes it more competitive?
I guess so. I think that you said it right, yeah.
But do you have friends in the film industry?
I have friends, but they're more male friends than female friends.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Would you say you're more a man's woman than a woman's woman?
Yeah, but
You relate better to?
I don't know. It's they're more comfortable with me, I guess. So I'm one of the boys with them, so it's
Yeah. Are you moody? Do you go through lows and depressions in your life?
I do. I do, but I don't waste my time too much in thinking in negative things or depressions.
But are your depressions usually man-related or career-related?
Oh, men, sorry, but they don't really depress me at all. I don't. I give certain amount of myself, but then I keep a lot more for myself, so that I don't open the gates for hurt or any kind of disappointments. If I've been hurt by a person, it takes me about a day or two, and
That's it.
that's it.
It's not bad.
Yeah, that's how I deal with it, and I think every wise person should do it.
It can't. It's not easy.
My work helps me.
That's it.
Takes my mind off there, and doesn't take longer than that, and should not.
Do relationships ever take away your attention from your career?
Oh no. You see, my biggest love of my life is my work. It has given me so much, and I have no two ways about it that I'm going to touch that part of my life by anything else. I'm not going to let it affect, not in one bit.
How can you not?
I can. I've been doing it. Otherwise, it would have been very difficult to cope. I've had my share of heartbreaks, and I've been upset over love. I've cried. I've done all that, but one always get over it.
But can you keep your perspective then when you're in love?
Sometimes I lose, like, okay, let go, but most of the time I'm in control. I know how much to give and how much to expect most of the times.
Yeah.
Not saying all the time.
When relationships go wrong, what goes wrong in them for you?
I feel relationships supposed to give you, a lot of confidence, a little warmth, and you should feel on top of the world and feel really happy, and yes, there's somebody who's going to support you in good times and bad times, and you share a lot of your problems. But if these things don't happen, then you know that it's wrong,
It's
and
not
then
working.
it's not worth it. Also, because you got one life, don't mix in with wrong people and ruin your life, I guess.
Is there a certain pattern of a man that you often go for?
Not really. I mean, I don't have this image of my man has to be, good looking, or he has to be rich, or he has to be, really, lovey-dovey, and he should just, it doesn't appeal to me. I don't say people who go for these things are wrong. It's just not me.
Manisha, could you marry an actor?
I've seen some wonderful actors who are wonderful husbands too, and I think it's incredible, I would like it because I know I'm from the same industry and I know how it functions. But then I also see the other side who don't really appreciate women actresses, and I say, no, women actors could never be my wife and things like that. So depends. Why not?
Would you marry a married man?
I really feel a lot of empathy and a lot of compassion for women who do. I can understand the kind of hell they must go through, but no, I won't. No.
Who do you think suffers the most?
I guess both women. You can't compare the pain. First time wife gets, she builds all her dreams,
Yeah.
and then one fine day after you're 40 or 35 or whatever, he gets up after 10 years of marriage and he wants to marry somebody else. It's a havoc in a woman's life. And because she has nowhere else to go, what would she do? If she's not independent, she has to stick on to him, and our society does not allow they are not very comfortable with single wives, so one has to stay with him and gain his respect or love more by saying, yes, I am large-hearted enough to accept another woman in my life. Then this other woman who's also in love with him has already is in a way depriving herself from the joy that one single man, a husband, can give. I think the man goes wrong first when he goes out, he strays away from the marriage. Second time, even if after straying he found a woman whom probably at the time of passion, compassion, he promised her marriage and kids. After giving promises, he steps back and says, no man, I can't. The society is like, I'm committed to my wife, and there's this whole chain of insecurity the other woman will go through. Is he going to marry to me? Is he not going to marry to me? So the whole focus is on marriage rather than how happy will I be after marriage. It would be just, let's get married and let's get it over with.
But does love have anything to do with morality?
You cannot wrong in love. Love is a positive thing, so morality has to come. If it's giving pain to others, I don't think it's right. But they say what's wrong in love and war, and it's everything is okay. But it's not all right. If you're a perfectly normal person, then why would you want to get up and be involved with a married man who is going to surround with unhappiness tomorrow, not today but tomorrow?
But Manisha, does social approval matter to you? Would you sacrifice your happiness for it?
You see, I think individuals make society. So I give more importance to individual choices and demands and, likes and dislikes than the whole bunch of people. I think I would never sacrifice it.
Tell me who understands you best.
I guess my mom. Yeah.
What is her greatest worry about you?
She really gets worried that all your life you'll be looking after people and nobody's going to look after you.
But is she worried about you're not finding somebody who's going to look after you?
Yeah, I guess.
Does she want you to settle down?
There are phases with her. It's like sometimes she wants me to settle down, sometimes she's no sitting down, darling, you're going to work, you're going to concentrate, you're not going to be foolish like me who just married, who loved and married, You're going to work and make your life more independent, be strong, and, don't have to have a man in your life to say. And there are the phases in her when she said, Manisha, I think you should get married, I think you should find a right boy who's going to look after you and who's going to, So, two phases, my mom,
Manisha, you read a lot,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah.
What sort of books do you like?
I have various choices. I go from philosophy to psychology to just normal reading to Ayn Rand. I know it depends, but I've seen all the period of time. My basically focus has been on philosophy. So it's.
Who would you say is the sexiest, the most gorgeous man in the world?
In the world. I liked the looks of Balraj Sahni. I think he's, very dignified, very attractive.
Your grandfather, B.P. Koirala, was the Prime Minister of Nepal.
That's right, yeah.
You've become a cult figure in Nepal yourself. So, I mean, apparently they want you to become a political leader there. Is there any chance of that?
As an individual, I really wanted to break away from the family name and make a name of my own. I feel now it's a time for me, if I can, give something in return, because my grandfather had a dream. He was a freedom fighter. He's the one who started this democracy thing in Nepal. So he had this dream of that every Nepalese individual should have chat on the head. Should have land for the crops to grow. If I can even contribute 1% to his dream, I would be a complete person. I would feel myself complete then, and hopefully I can with time. Let's see.
Well, I hope that you'll always remain happy. Follow your bliss.
Thank
be a
you very
success.
much.
Thank you so much for
My
this ride today.
pleasure. really.